Good Sunday morning, Rangers, individuals, people. Yeah, good morning. It's 48 degrees here in Carrizozo, New Mexico. It's a beautiful day again. It's mostly sunny. I mean, I guess about 90% clear. Got a beautiful sunrise coming up over the mountain. I was watching it before I got out of bed, and it's really pretty. I like that. That's a good way to wake up. Today is the first day of the rest of your life. Make it a good one. It's the day after yesterday, day before tomorrow. It is right now, and right now went poof, went right on by. Didn't even feel the pain. But anyway, what else? Never worry about what you cannot change. And believe me, that's a whole lot of stuff. Yeah, so what else have I done? Yesterday evening, I switched my Starlink from Starlink Lite, which is $80 a month, to the residential plan, which is $120 a month. And the speeds went up quite a bit, actually. And they're still high this morning. It's about 180 down, megabits per second down, and about anywhere from 10 to 20 up. That's this morning. Now, it's certainly not busy this early in the morning, 6:44 a.m., May the 25th, 2025. And so, yeah, but we'll see how that works. And if the live stream goes good, well, we'll just do that, and that's the end of that issue. So, yeah, but yeah, you just switch it. You just go to their website and manage your account and change it. And I think they charge me $10 for the remainder of the month of May, and then on June the 1st they'll tag me for $120. But we'll see how it goes. D-Dale Woo sounds like an absolutely perfect day. A little cruise in your truck, knock off a few errands, grab some lunch, watch miles and miles of beautiful scenery, and then finish it up with a cold beer while watching the sun go down in the desert. Who says you have to die to go to heaven? Yeah, how do you know you're not living in it? At least for me. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, today for your viewing pleasure, there's a fellow named Dan that did an interview, and I'll post that today. Scotty Thompson, nice red shirt, Rusty. Thank you, Scotty. Cool comment call. Thank you, Scotty, the mass bowler from Wisconsin. Lawrence Cutting, happy Memorial Day weekend. Well, happy Memorial Day weekend to you, all of you guys. Captain Trips, you're cool, Rusty. Yeah, I am actually cool because it's like 62 in here. Yeah, that was on the water cooler. Yeah, I got another one coming up about the water cooler. I don't know why, I just do. The Life and Times of Crazy Patrick. Would be nice if you would stop at Silver Lake Campground. Great place to stay on the reservation. Yeah, I've seen that sign for Silver Lake. I've never stayed there. I may have driven up there. I'm not sure. This is Zap Code Knock. Catchy, catchy. Yeehaw, bro, on leaving Cloudcroft. Yeah, on Highway 244. That's right. This is the Life and Times of Crazy Patrick. I just found out you can only stay 7 days in a 20-day period in New Mexico state parks. Not good. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, you mean, I don't know. You mean 7 days in a 20-day period at the same park. Yeah. Yeah, you can't, the old 2 week stuff is gone. Yeah, they made a lot of changes. They also doubled and tripled the prices. Sue C, thank you for the ride. Just beautiful. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that was cruising. Yeah. Yeah, the little cruises, that's one of the things I enjoy about being here in Carrizozo is it's so convenient to go take the drive up, beautiful drive up to Ruidoso, New Mexico area, Capitan area, and also over to Cloudcroft is not out of the question. It's from here, from my home base to downtown Burroughs Street, Cloudcroft, New Mexico, is about 75 miles. Takes about an hour and a half. And it's just a nice, pleasant drive. If you go, you can go two ways. You can go like you go to Alamogordo and turn left, or you can go from here to Ruidoso. And the going through Ruidoso takes a little more time, but it's a beautiful drive, so I'm not in a hurry. Uh, Susie, yeah, she said thanks for a ride. 10 Little Indians cruising is a great time spent. Yeah, it is. You know, it is. And I get about over 30 miles to the gallon in my pickup, which is good. It's not as good as some hybrids, but it's good. Dave Jones. Hey, Rusty, you live in one of the few places where you can see a 200 car freight train from front to back going by your location. Yeah, it's exactly true. And I do that occasionally. I sit there in my little two-car garage there. I've got me one side that's set up for like, got a rocking chair and some tables and stuff. Yeah, and I got my binoculars there. I can check things out. And yeah, it got me a refrigerator in there. Yeah, it's a nice little spot. And I got the water coolers to keep me cool on a warm day like yesterday. John Curley, that one is much better. That's on the Chalet Camper Village. Yeah, there's a lot of those. This is the same guy. A place. Looks like a place. Looks like a place depression can set in nice and tight. I don't know, John. Well, if you're a depressed person, it's going to happen anywhere. You know. No one says you're getting too popular, Rusty. YouTube is messing with you. LOL. I don't know about that. I mean, my view count is not very good. I mean, not well, views and subscriber count, because what you see on the subscribe, that's the net. The net increase, because I lose hundreds every day. People coming and going because I'll say something that makes them mad, or I'll feed them to Matilda, and that's the end of that. Taco Camp, I'd love that way. I'd live that way in a heartbeat. Oh, that was on my first video, September the 20th, 2011. Yeah, that was a. Yeah, I thought about buying that place back, but no, it's nice there. There's no doubt. It's okay, but I like this better, and I'm actually still debating on whether or not to sell the place in Kingsland, Texas, because for some reason I like living in this casita. It's quite easy for me to live in the casita, and I've got this place here in Carrizozo. I can be here up to 9 months a year, but I wouldn't be. But if I use this as my primary home base and then traveled west in the winters instead of going south, say go out to Ajo or Yuma or Quartzsite or somewhere in the winters, that would be quite pleasant, actually. That little town of, was it Welton or whatever it was called in Arizona that I stayed in, if it wasn't for that feedlot, I'd go back there every year. But that feedlot, even though it's 3 or 4 miles away, when the wind's out of the east, it'll gag you, man. No, I couldn't stand that. Mm-mm. Uh, Toddy Lou says, spend a little more dough and shop local, keep the money in your community. Well, yeah, that's a good thought. Michael E. Geary, I'm wondering if the Chalet Camper Village has empty spots if you want to bring your own camper. You might want to try calling them and asking them that. Toddy Lou, Rusty, you ever been to down to Tiburon? Yeah, I've driven to Tiburon. It's way off the beaten path. This is Jackie Robinson. Did we win? It says, have you completely lost your mind? I wonder how you would see it if someone came in and took over your place and kicked you out. I think he lives on the reservation there, the Mescalero Apache reservation, and he kind of took what I said personal about, I was joking, because the Native Americans do have some good deals. Reservations in Oklahoma have oil, and the Navajo. Some of them are quite wealthy, and then Florida, of course, they've got casinos. But you make a good point, Jackie. But the Native American wars are pretty pretty well gone. I don't think we're still doing that. This person's name, it's all about Jesus. I have only watched 3 of these videos and came to comments like yourself strictly to say you should really keep your negative, bigoted ideas in your head. It's not a good look for those who are not we, but we were subject to and made victims. Well, whatever, that's y'all handle that. Nice shirt, cool comment call. Thank you, Scotty. Uh, Alvin Masso, thanks for sharing this video, leaving Cloudcroft. Yeah, it was a nice drive. I enjoyed doing it. Yeah, this is Eutimio, Eutimio. Yeah, Eutimio Chavez. Beautiful area. Thank you. Yeah, it is a very pretty place. Bad driver. Thanks for the beautiful ride along. Catchy name, Bad Driver. And thanks for the loop through the RV park as well. Beautiful places. Enjoy a beer and happy Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, y'all too. But again, I was alluding to a few minutes ago about selling my place in Texas, and that's it doesn't go away. I mean, that feeling that I don't need it anymore or want to go down there anymore. Because I love this high desert, a lot of views, and you got that in Quartzsite, even though but they got RV parks there, even though they can be quite crowded. You're only going to be there a few months, maybe 2 or 3 months probably, and then just going there and coming back. There's places I can stay and stuff. It's just adding some adventure. And it's something I'm just thinking about. I haven't done anything, but yeah, adding flavor to my life. I still feel like doing it. Bad driver. Thanks for the ride along, and thanks for the loop while I read that. This is Robert Archuleta. Vallecito Lake by Durango, Colorado is beautiful this time of year, Rusty. I'm sure it is. I haven't stayed at any state parks in Colorado. I've stayed at a couple of national parks, and but you've got two parts of Colorado. The west is basically the Rocky Mountains, and then the east is basically high plains. And it's just two different. It's like two different states. Want to get up? Go ahead. That is also a great drive unless there is livestock on the road around the curve. The last few times I drove it, there was a law enforcement truck looking for speeders closer to Highway 70. Yeah, well, they're trying to slow you down on the res. That's not a good place to speed. But anyway, last one here, Jimmy and Kathy Harrell. Good morning, Rusty and all. Yeah, good morning to you. But anyway, and also Glenn McNeely says another great driving video. Thanks for taking us along. I still like the Zozo property the best. Thanks again. Yeah, I like it too. I like this place a whole lot actually. And the downside, of course, is the winds in March and April, and the summers it gets up into the low 90s. But compared to Texas, that's 15 degrees cooler. And the humidity is much lower. And overall, I just enjoy the views and the drives. There's very little traffic, so I can go cruising around and not without anybody on my bumper. So anyway, from Carrizozo, New Mexico, on Sunday morning, Memorial Day weekend 2025 at 6:56 a.m. Whoops, got that. Anyway, thumbs up, guys. Carpe diem, adios, bye-bye. Buy anything you want anytime, but if you think about it, use the Amazon link in the description of all of my videos. Drink it doesn't cost you a penny. Just click on the link, go to Amazon, buy what you want. Drink plenty of water, 3 or 4 quarts a day. Won't hurt you. It's good for you. It'll help you avoid gout and all that stuff. And then take deep breaths. Breathe in deep, breathe out slowly, relieves stress, lowers your blood pressure. Great. And then, stretch, swivel, walk, pedal. Exercise your body once or twice every single day. You'll never regret that. And then stand guard at the door of your mind. Accentuate the positive and eliminate the negative. You're in charge. Do it. And then what else? Adios, bye-bye, hasta luego, vaya con Dios, aloha, until the next video, coming up soon. Anyway, adios, guys. Carry on. Bye-bye.